Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Salami. Today we're checking out Shadow Ops Red Mercury. This is an deep cut. This was an old OG Xbox game that I jammed the hell out of when I was younger. And lo and behold, it's actually available on Steam, which just blew my mind. So I thought today I'd show you how to get it up and running on Steam Deck. There's only a couple of little things you need to do to get it working. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and we'll jump into the guide right now, followed by a mini review. Alright guys, enjoy. Okay, so once you've downloaded Shadow Ops, head over to your desktop and then head down to the Discover Store and make sure you download Proton Tricks. If you've been following along with my videos, you'll probably know this or have it already installed, but this is for everybody, this guide, so make sure you go ahead and download Proton Tricks. As you can see, I've got it downloaded, so it just launches. And we're going to go to Shadow Ops Red Merc. And then from here, we're going to get a screen and we're just going to push OK when it shows up, hopefully very soon. Here we go. So we're just going to click OK. And then we're going to go to Install Windows DLL or Component. And then we're going to scroll right down to the bottom here. You can use your trackpads and triggers to use the mouse in a reasonable way. And what we're looking for here is WMP9, Windows Media Player 9, okay? And then this is going to do its install. Now, this is going to take a wee bit of time. So while this is installing in the background, one thing I also want you guys to do is get yourself a version of Proton GE. And if you don't have Proton GE, there's a couple of ways you can go about getting it. My recommendation is most people have Decky on their Steam Decks, and if you have Decky, you can go ahead and use Wine Cellar, one of the add-ons from Decky, and that will let you get a quick way to get GE Proton. And as you can see here, it's popping up with some stuff. Just push OK and go through all that. And then the other option is to use Proton Up QT, and you get that from the Discover Store. So here we go, we just click along, OK, 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 and just keep going, finish. Now it's going to say there's errors with these. Just ignore the errors, it actually does work. So just continue onwards and upwards. And then you're going to pop up back at our home screen after all this, and you can just cancel. You can push OK, but then just cancel and to get out of there. And from there, we're good to go. As you can see, I've got it set to Proton GE26. So go ahead and make sure you either get that from the Wine Cellar from within Decky, or you go to the Discover Store and download Proton Up QT. So we're going to head over to Google and we're going to search up Shadow Ops Mercury mods. I will put the link below, and we're going to download this one here, the widescreen fix. It does suggest you use a secondary app called Voodoo, but we're not going to worry about that because I cheated and just used the stretch ability on the Steam Deck, and that does the job perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and download this widescreen fix, and once we've got that, we're going to extract it, and we're going to pick the correct size for our Steam Deck, which will be 16 by 10. And we'll go ahead and we're going to copy this engine DLL file into our game folder. So the easiest way to get to our game folder will be go back into Steam, and then we'll click on right click on the game by using the left trigger, and then you'll see an option here. We go to manage and then browse local files. So here we are in the local files, and then we're going to head over to system, and we're just going to paste it in here, and it's going to ask you to overwrite and then just say yes. And that's basically all we need to do, and we're all ready to go. So if you've done everything right, when you go back to game mode, you'll have your GE Proton installed, and you would have put the wide fix in the system folder, and you have downloaded the Media Player 9 installation. From there, the game should launch, and you go into the settings. It'll give you an option to go full screen. Don't push that. It actually washes out the colors, so don't do that. But all you want to do then is click on the 3-dot button on the right hand side of your Steam Deck, and that'll bring up your options bar. Go down to your cog and scroll down, and you'll see the option for scaling, and one of them will be stretch. So go ahead and pick stretch, and you're gonna get a full screen presentation on your Steam Deck. What I wasn't aware when I did this is the Steam Deck isn't recording it at that stretched resolution, so it's cut the ends off here on this video. So if you're thinking it looks a bit odd, it is, but I can promise you if you do this for yourself, it works absolutely perfectly fine. I've also created a full custom controller scheme for you to go ahead and use. There'll be no rebinding required. So if you want to download that, before you launch the game, you'll see your little cog icon, and next to it, of course, is your controller icon. Click on that, go across to search, and then just search King Salami, and make sure you push the X button to show all layouts, and then just scroll down till you find King Salami Red Mercury, and you'll be away laughing. I've set it up to be pretty straightforward controls in terms of left and right triggers, aim and shoot. Bumpers scroll back and forward through weapons. A is your, like, not execute button, but your, like, activate button to, like, plant bombs and stuff. X is reload, Y is jump, B is throw grenades. And then you've also got, I've got gyro named, which makes this game much more playable. And the final bit of information I'll give you is don't play this game on normal difficulty, drop it down to easy, and I'll get into the reason why in the review. So we'll jump into the review right now.
Window to use it before it goes dormant.
Get there, Frank, and get that damn bomb. The G8 summit is tomorrow. If we fail, every leader in the free world could die.
We won't fail.
But please, be careful, Frank.
I'll see you soon.
Stick to the mission, Hayden. Then you can stick whatever you want.
As you can tell from that cutscene alone, this game is corny as hell, and I don't remember it being this corny when I was a teenager when this came out. Honest to God, I thought this game was so cool. It's a real action popcorn game, and funnily enough, this game almost reminds me of a prequel to, you know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's got everything, over the top cutscenes, the over the top set pieces. You're globe trotting, you've got a tank mission, you've got Siberia, like, you know, you're in the Russian snow, you're doing like missions like stealth, you've got all sorts of like these, you're in not Baghdad, but you're in, you know, war-torn Middle Eastern countries. It's very much a Call of Duty before Call of Duty, and I had a blast of time. This took me, my runtime was about 7 hours. It might be shorter for you or longer. The reason my runtime was that length though is there's no checkpoints in this game, which can definitely be frustrating when you can see literally the last objective for a mission and then for you to die and have to restart the whole one. And the reason for that is the game is pretty full on, as I'm pretty sure the enemies are just hit scanning you. It's not if you're going to take damage, it's how much damage you're going to take. And they have a cheeky, the developers love to cheekily spawn enemies on balconies behind you, where you don't see them till after you're being shot. So by the time you turn around and take them out, you've taken a reasonable amount of damage there. So that's worth keeping in mind if you're going to pick this up. Surprisingly, I couldn't believe this was still on Steam. So if you want a cheap blast from the past popcorn action thriller that's Call of Duty before Call of Duty, this could be worthwhile you checking out. And it actually runs really well on Steam Deck. You know, you're getting pretty high frame rates. The game is showing its age, of course. The cutscenes are pretty rough in terms of the fact they're pre-recorded video that had been compressed to hell. So keep that in mind if you're playing. But as you can see in the footage behind you, using gyro made this game much more playable. So my recommendation is to make sure you use the gyro. Otherwise, it might be a little bit tougher. But I was pretty happy with how the controls came out in general. And once I got it up and running, it was pretty much smooth sailing. I did have a few crashes, but nothing too major. And, you know, resetting 1 or 2 missions isn't the end of the world. So if you like this video, please give it a like and a sub, and I really appreciate it. Do any of you guys remember playing this game back in the day? And if you played it on Xbox or if you played it on PC? I was actually going to try and get some footage of the Xbox version, but funnily enough, I don't have an OG Xbox at the moment, but I do have a few 360s lying around, and I do actually have a physical copy of this game. But they don't let you emulate the PAL version, only the NTSC version, so I'm out of luck in that regards. So without further ado, hopefully you guys found this video helpful and a bit of a blast from the past. And without that, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Catch you later.